I want your people to do their effing job. I don't want somebody else to have to go through any of this.
On December 26, 2020, a Klamath Falls woman, Vivian Kimball, called 911. Her longtime partner, Teresa Vaughn, was struggling to breathe. But when two Klamath County Fire District 1 paramedics got there, the family's attorney says they didn't help.
Didn't check Teresa's vital signs, heart rate, blood pressure, listen to her lungs. They have protocols for the bare minimum standard of what you do when you're responding to someone who's having difficulty breathing.
The lawsuit, filed last week, details what happened that day between the family and paramedics. It says, quote, Kimball asked Engler, "Aren't you going to take any vitals?" He replied, "We're not supposed to expose ourselves to COVID." Then Engler asked his only question to Teresa, "Can she take you to the hospital?" Teresa replied by saying, "I guess so. Need my jacket." Kimball commented that apparently Teresa didn't have a choice. "What do you want?" Engler snapped at Kimball. Kimball responded, "For you to do your expletive job. Why did I even call you if you're not going to do your expletive job?" End quote.
I was kicked. So then I went over and helped her up and everything, because if I knew they were going to do this, I wouldn't even had to wait for them.
Without the first responders' help, Kimball drove her to the hospital herself. When they arrived at Sky Lakes, Vaughn didn't have a pulse. She died later that day. Now, the family and Kimball are suing Klamath County Fire District 1 on 9 claims, including negligence, reckless misconduct, and wrongful death. Their attorney, Sherwood's Kirk Mylander, says Teresa did not give up her right to be driven in the ambulance.
And it's such a serious matter that the first responder has to have the patient sign a consent form saying, "I agree, I'm knowingly saying, don't take me."
The lawsuit also details a meeting that took place the next day with Kimball, Fire Chief Greg Davis, and Deputy Chief Matthew Hitchcock. It says in part, quote, Chief Davis asked Kimball, "Well, what do you want?" Kimball replied, "What do you mean, what do I want? I want you to do your expletive jobs. I don't want this to happen to anyone else." Chief Davis repeated, "I'm so sorry," multiple times to Kimball, end quote. The family claims it was promised a copy of the report after KCFD1 conducted an internal investigation.
We've repeatedly requested a report as to what happened. The family was told they would get it, and then they were told they couldn't get it.
Eventually, a redacted copy of a report was given to the family. They say they only got the full report after their lawsuit was filed.